Welcome back, Brothermen, to the World Council podcast. Today we have brought a very special guest to the World Council, another member, Luminous 83.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank you, my brother. Brother man. We are so exhilarated, exonerated, and honored to be here.
Yes.
For it is the will of our fellow brothers to be here.
It is.
Now, what shall we be discussing today?
We
my
shall
fellow
be
brother?
discussing these notes that we have found.
And what's so special about these notes?
Our brother man wrote this by himself. It is honestly horrible what they had done.
May we know the name of this fellow brother who has written this.
Yes, their name is Equality 72521.
And this was written without the will of the greater brother.
Without the will of the greater brothers.
Oh my.
It is horrendous.
It is.
And from
It
this
really
point
is.
forward, we will be calling our previously
former
fellow
fellow
man
brother
as the
the
Forsaken One.
So shall we start at the beginning
Yes, we
of
shall.
this autobiography?
But yes, we shall, brother mans. From the start, he had written that initially he had hoped.
Hoped.
I know.
Say that again, my brother, man.
Hope.
Hoped.
To be part of the Council of Scholars.
You're telling me they were hoping for a job
Other than the one that was
other than
granted.
the one that would be assigned to them?
Yes.
No, my fellow brother.
It is horrendous.
It really is, my fellow brother.
It is.
Really
This
is.
only spreads the corruption further.
It really does, my fellow brother.
Yes.
It really does.
That was horrible already.
It
but
was.
furthermore, they had thoughts of another brother man greater than the other brother man.
They thought that all brother men were equal?
Yes.
Is that what you're telling?
They
No.
had gone against the way of the brother men.
No, my fellow brother. That cannot be.
They had even given a new name to one of our fellow brother men.
No, but my fellow brother, that would violate all the rules we have established.
Very, very many rules that we have established. Yes.
What is not fine is this.
This is horrendous.
This is.
The Forsaken One, in this, had stated
Okay.
that he had given somebody of a different occupation a new name.
But what is our brother man doing conversing with somebody of a different
occupation. Exactly.
And not during the 3 hours of community time.
Exactly. It is horrible to think about.
Deplorable.
The Forsaken One had even stated that they had seen this person, known as Liberty 53000, greater than other fellow brother men.
Don't say it again. Greater than the other brother men?
Yes.
But all brothers are equal.
All brothers are equal. It is horrible.
So anyway, we
to
like
go
to go further
Yes,
and
we would.
express what the Forsaken One had found. His
Yes.
findings.
The Forsaken One had found an ancient tunnel. That is not the problem. The Forsaken One had never reported it to any official.
So you're saying that the Forsaken One knew something that their fellow brothers didn't know about?
Yes, exactly.
My God.
And you know what? The worst part? He kept it a secret from all of his fellow brothermen. And it had ancient witchcraft in it.
But they can't do that.
No.
No, they can't. Now, would we like to express the ancient witchcraft found in
Yes.
this tunnel?
He had begun writing. This is how we have found all of the information we have for you, brothermen, today. They had began writing about their feelings.
Writing about feelings.
Yes.
Now, what was our fellow brotherman doing writing in the first place?
Exactly.
What was their job again?
They were a street sweeper.
A street sweeper. Don't say it again. A street sweeper writing, my fellow
Yes,
brother.
it goes against
That
all
can't be.
morals.
Oh.
Yes, the Forsaken One had talked about how
What they
much he
expressed.
wanted to be a scholar.
Still wishing to be a scholar when the Brother Council had already assigned them as the honorable job of street sweeping?
Yes, in fact. Don't worry, fellow brother man. It gets worse.
It can't get worse. Please, fellow brother, tell us it
He
can't
had
get
invented
worse.
something as a street sweeper.
Invented as a street sweeper?
Yes.
And what was this invention, my fellow brother?
The Forsaken One had invented a skybox.
A skybox? What? A skybox?
Yes.
What was this skybox made out of, my fellow brother?
The Forsaken One stole from the sun.
You can't steal from the sun.
Stealing, as we know, is a horrendous crime. It
Punishable
is
by at least 5 years in the palace.
in the Palace of
Correctable
Detention. Yes. And our previously fellow brotherman had decided that he wanted to show our fellow brotherman this, but the worst part was he had never invented this with his other fellow brothermen.
So they knew of an invention and didn't share it with their fellow brothers?
Yes.
But that would be an individual thought, no?
That is correct, my fellow brotherman.
That disgusts us.
It really does.
It really does. Now, may I ask us, what does this skybox even do?
It lights.
It lights?
Like the candle.
But what of our fellow candle makers?
Exactly. Our fellow candle members slaved over these candles.
It took an honorary 12 individuals to invent the candle.
Exactly.
And they want to just throw it away like that?
I know. Horrendous.
Horrendously
Honestly.
deplorable.
Yes, and furthermore, after finding this, right, our previously fellow brotherman had not been there by curfew.
He was missing curfew?
That
They were
is-
missing curfew?
That is how the Forsaken One was caught.
That is.
Yes.
Well, what happened when they were caught? They were definitely put in the palace of detention, no?
Yes, they were. You know what our previously fellow brotherman did?
What?
He escaped.
No.
Yes.
But once they are put in the palace of corrective detention, they cannot escape.
Yes, as it is their punishment.
Exactly. And a punishment given by a fellow brother is the will of all brothers. No?
Yes, that is correct, fellow brotherman.
No.
Yes.
They still escaped.
They had still escaped.
They still escaped.
And you know what the Forsaken One had done when he escaped?
What happened for
He ran to the World Council of Scholars.
No.
Yes.
With this witchcraft skybox?
With the witchcraft skybox.
Mm-mm-mm. And what did they do once
They
they reached the palace?
Had shown this to the World Council of Scholars, and I have to envy the World Council of Scholars as they handled it perfectly. And they had reprimanded him because what he has done is against the will of all brothers.
They should.
He had done this by himself.
Now, the Forsaken One was hoping for forgiveness, but the World Council of Scholars handled it beautifully.
Perfectly.
So we commend the World Council of Scholars for that.
Yes.
Thank you, our fellow brothers.
Thank you, fellow brothermen, for following the will of the greater brotherman. Yes, and once he was reprimanded, the Forsaken One had ran into the uncharted forest.
The uncharted forest. Well, good riddance, we say. We wish that they are eaten alive by bears, that they are hunted down by rabid dogs, that they are never to show their face again in our perfect society.
Yes, that would be perfect, fellow brothermen, but I have heard news.
News.
Yes, whispers from fellow
Whispers
brothermen
from fellow brothermen.
that Liberty 53000,
As he refers to as the Golden One, folks.
yes, had followed,
No.
yes,
No.
had followed the Forsaken One into the uncharted forest.
That can't be.
That is
Are you
correct.
telling me the Forsaken One has the ability to taint the thoughts of our fellow brother
Yes, the Forsaken One had tainted thoughts of other brothermen, and that is why I would like to ask all of you fellow brothermen, if you ever see, do not go into the uncharted forest.
men?
If you ever see or hear of Liberty 53000 or
Or
the Forsaken
Equality.
One,
Or as we
Equality.
call it, the Forsaken One.
yes, please report it to the nearest officials at any point in time, as
As
it would
we
be
will take care
great
of it.
help.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know what
Thank
I
you.
say? I say when we catch this guy, we burn him at the stake and cut his tongue out, as we
Yes.
did with other
As we
brother
did
men.
the other
who
brother
speak
man
the
who
unspeakable
spoke
word.
the unspeakable word. And at this point in time, fellow brother man, we would like to show you our sponsor for today's podcast, Candied Maple Bacon
Yes.
by the Council of Candles.
You know what? We, for one, love what our brothers at the candle making house do
Yes.
for us.
Unlike the Forsaken One, who
Why would they want to do that? Why would
I
they
know,
want to
right?
put those poor candle makers out of business?
out of business, they were
Terrible.
assigned that job.
And what of the history of the 12 famous individuals who invented the candle?
created the candle? Yes. So please go to the nearest council of candle makers and get yourself a candied maple bacon candle, as they smell amazing.
Yes.
That skybox could never.
That Skybox could never. We personally have about 50 of these in
storage.
in storage as we speak.
And we would just like to say one last thing. We will be burning these books so that they will
Please
never be
let
released
us
to the
know
public.
if our fellow brothers find any of these notes
Yes, please.
and report it to us.
Or burn them. Just burn them, honestly.
For we will for sure be burning them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, our fellow brothermen. Now, I'd like to thank you for letting me on your podcast today.
Of course, fellow brother man. It is nice to see you.
It is
Once
great
again.
to see you with you, for it is the will of the brother.
For it is the will of the brother.